Good morning. I just want to let you guys know that you are wonderful. You are amazing. So right quick, I want to do a quick story time because it's been surfacing across YouTube, across social media about don't go to LA. LA is the highest crime rate. No, 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 no. What happens is you got to be aware of your surroundings. I know we spoke about this before, but just to help LA out, because I'm from LA County. I love LA. LA got the best food, the best culture mix, the best clothing. We can debate against that. That's a debatable. Come on, let's get it. But the problem is a lot of people are taking the recent demise of that young man's life and saying that it's because of LA. Unfortunately, I think it's because of our actions, our lack of empathy or sympathy towards others. We don't treat humans like they're human anymore. They're just a walk-in postage, a walk-in sign, or whatever you want to call it. And what I mean by that is because you are who you are by what you wear. Unfortunately, if any place you go that you are trying to advertise yourself as having money or anything like that, you're setting yourself up. Okay, unfortunately, you can be a pastor. This is a true story. Look at the pastor that got robbed in his church. So you can't just say LA County, everywhere, Chicago, Illinois, Hollywood, Atlanta. Every city has a crime rate that's higher in one area due to poverty, and then poverty creates crime because people want what other people have, and if they can't go get it by working hard to get it, they're going to get it another way. Unfortunately, that's facts. Okay, so I just wanted to make that a point for people to understand. It's just not LA County, it's anywhere you go. If you go to Rodeo Drive and you go to the jewelry store, they're going to have security. If you go to Compton and it's a jewelry store, they're going to have security. Why? Because you're prone to get robbed because people want what you have. The items are high in demand. I grew up in LA. Yes, at a young age, I was exposed to things that a kid shouldn't have been exposed to as far as gang violence. Gangs did run that area. It wasn't the police. The gang run that area. If you had a business in that area, you had to go to the gang members to see if it was okay to set up your shop. Okay, and if it wasn't, then you was known to get robbed all the time. Like, we knew certain liquor stores or certain stores you can go to. Don't go to that store because that store right there is getting robbed. Or don't go to that store because that store is ran by this certain gang territory. Unfortunately, that's how it was. Yes, we was exposed to things of high crime areas because I grew up in the city of Long Beach where we had a nice area, but unfortunately the surrounding areas was not nice, so you still going to get exposed to the things that are around you. For instance, going to school, sometimes we see yellow tape and it's dead bodies. You're like, oh wow, so-and-so got shot. But unfortunately, we was desensitized to death at an early age. So that's why recently when I lost a loved one, it doesn't affect me like everybody else, and people got mad like, why are you not crying? You're not crying over the loss of... It's sad because as a young kid, we was prone to learning about death so early that when it did happen, we didn't have no emotions. We just talked about it and moved on within 24 hours. Sad story, right? But luckily, with the gang territory, they're human. I'm not, when I'm saying luckily, because a lot of people thinking like, oh my God, these people are non-human, they're just out there to hurt people. No, they are human people as well and actually have feelings, but they're living in an area of fear themselves where some people have to become gang members in order to survive. Because if you didn't, you would get beat up, you would get robbed, your family would get hurt. But long as you knew the gang members and became a part of their culture, then guess what? You were safe. True story. I know it sounds sad and ridiculous and not to believe, but that's the true thing. And then like people like me that didn't have to join gangs, but we still affiliated with it because we had to hang with these people. We had to be cool with them. We didn't do the activities. We didn't say we wanted to be a part of it, but we had to know them and hang out with them. And my grandma was a person of the community, so she would feed them. They come to our house, so that could have got us into some type of trouble, but luckily they didn't do that. They respected the elder back then. Nowadays, they just killing people for no reason, just because. But when I was growing up, they didn't do that. They respected women and children and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make that a point to say that it's not LA, it's anywhere you go that things happen. Just don't wear no big chains. Don't wear a wad of money hanging out your pocket. you know, I know you worked hard for these nice things, so you're like, I deserve it, but it's not worth your life. Because there's times where I used to go visit my friend house in Compton, and I had my guest with me, and he wanted to go to a certain store. I'm like, we can't go to the stores around here because they're gonna ask you where you from, and if it's a bad day, if you say nowhere, they still gonna get you just because it's politics. Just like politics in real life, gang members have politics too.